Well, good evening and welcome to Town Hall Heroes, episode number 67. I'm doing production things very quickly. My name is Solid Jake, and I'm joined by, well, a lot of nerds. Still in California, but just going down the line. HuK, welcome to Town Hall.
Wow, it's nice. It's nice to be here, man. Very
So,
nice. I'm excited to jump into the world of heroes, and I guess this show would be the first major jump, I would say.
other than your Reddit post, yeah, just for anyone that might not know who you are somehow, some way, why don't you just explain your background?
Well, I've been a professional StarCraft 2 player now for I would say 5 or 6 years. Done pretty well. Most recently, I started casting StarCraft 2, and then other than that, I'm like a regular streamer, and I've been playing Heroes off and on since the beta first came out, and more recently playing it a lot more. What the most recent thing I played in was the streamer tournament with Summit. We did okay, I guess. If you want to word it badly, then say we lost after the first round. If you want to word it nicely, we made semifinals. So
Nope.
depending on how you look at it, we did not bad, I guess.
All right, going in the line, Kubi, what is new with you?
Oh, where do I begin? We've had a very, very busy week. Flew out to Cali for the Mayhem Begins event. Hopefully, you guys all checked that out. So we saw the new content that was released. Got to cast a couple games with you, sir, and then we pretty much went to sleep and then got up, went up to Burbank and casted the Twitch Invitational that, of course, HuK was just talking about. Then I flew home. Then I went to work and had one afternoon off, and now I'm here. Yeah.
And the rest of the week is filled with more casting, but
Yep,
we'll get to
yes,
that a
it
bit
is.
later.
Yes, it is.
Zoya, we actually got to see you again this weekend.
Yeah, man. We were at the launch thing, Mayhem, which was really cool. Got to meet a bunch of people. Did an interview with Ask Joshy. If you guys want to check that out, just go to my Twitter. I retweeted about it. It was a pretty cool interview. We could talk about management and coaching. Um, Also, KO played in that streamer tournament, and he happened to be playing with Voyboy with the most stacked team in the event for some reason. They had two of the best solo queue players, and then KO, who's on the best NA team. So that was kind of an unfair thing, but he won that. And we're just preparing for. They got 3 days of ESL coming up, and then Road to BlizzCon this weekend, which I'm casting, which is really cool. Um, so yeah, it's been just been a pretty heroes filled week.
Yeah, all right. Kev, what's new with you?
Not too much. Just been I casted ETS. Wow, Entered the Storm this past weekend, which was that pretty big EU tournament, worth $5,000. That was really good because I've gotten to cast like a couple of like the smaller EU tournaments for like the qualifiers up to that, but then I haven't actually been able to cast like any one of the really big like brand name teams everywhere tournaments. So that was really fun. We hit a ridiculous amount of numbers, which I honestly wasn't really expecting, but casted with Kaldor for the first time, even though I cast a bunch of StarCraft 2, I casted with Kaldor for the first time, so that was pretty cool. We got along pretty well, and just a lot of other like real life stuff, man. I gotta move from my apartment.
Oh,
Rip.
I gotta move down the hallway to a two-bedroom.
Wait, really? Same building?
Yeah, but here's the crazy thing. This is the thing that I've been really, really, really upset about. I have to pay full broker's fee to do that move. It's the dumbest thing that I've ever had to encounter, but
New
I
York
just
is
had
a
to
dumb
like
place,
bite the
man.
bullet. Yeah, I just had to bite the bullet last night when I like after I sent out that upset tweet. I was just like, I guess I got to move, and then my roommate's like, let's just pay it, and move, because then we don't have to worry about movers. But yeah, so that's about me right now.
Well, I'm on day 14 of 27 in my California adventure. Like Kubi already touched on, we got to cast Mayhem Begins, which was super cool because it was our first live audience kind of deal, and having like people getting excited in the venue. That's a different experience. It was a lot of fun, but I went kind of ham on just that, and then we went out for like a bit of a community after party. We went to barbecue, Korean barbecue, and had to wake up very early to cast the Twitch Invitational thing that that HuK and KO all played in. Waking up at 6 a.m. to then drive an hour and then be there for like early makeup and all that stuff and get on cast for 9 a.m. My voice was not rested, and then casting for 9 hours actually slayed my voice, which is why it's kind of still wrecked. But Yeah. Hopefully you guys can hear me today, and we're gonna power through this show. But yeah, so the big thing about the Mayhem Begins, and it's kind of the big news right now, is Eternal Conflict. And essentially, if you haven't heard the news quite yet, Eternal Conflict is a burst of Diablo content coming into Heroes of the Storm. In some sense, it's kind of like an expansion pack. You could try to compare it to what they do for Hearthstone with Naxxramas. Probably not exactly true, but it's just going to be a slew of content. So we just got Johanna, and at the end of the month, we're going to get, I believe it's the Butcher and the map. I'm not certain on that. Do you guys know?
30th, June 30th, I believe so.
But did they
Yes,
say both?
I think so. PTR is the 23rd, to my knowledge. So I'm pretty sure both of those are coming out at the same time.
Okay, that sounds right. Now,
Yeah.
Nax is out. Yeah, so if you guys haven't heard all this news, well, let's talk about the Butcher. First impressions. Let's just hop right into it. And I'm gonna push a button. Hopefully it's the right one. Oh, look at that. That's the Butcher. You guys can't see it on my screen, but if you go to heroesnnexus.com and you scroll down, you can see the Butcher. Typically, my production would show it to you guys, so apologies for that, but I'm not at home. So just to explain his abilities, he has a trait called flesh meat, or fresh meat, not even flesh meat.
Flesh meat.
Fresh meat.
I think that would be kind of redundant for a name. Fresh meat. Nearby minions drop one hero or drop one, and heroes drop three fresh meat when they die, which you can pick up to gain 1% bonus attack. It can have up to 25. There is a talent for this to hold up to 35 bonus percent damage. Is that cool? What do you guys think about that trait?
Is that like the ability power? Does it
Yes,
lose a percentage?
Auto attack power.
So does it lose a percentage when they
If
die?
he dies, he loses all of it.
All of it,
Okay.
yeah.
All of it? Not even like keeping 5% or anything?
Nope.
No.
You
Nope.
can talent it
All
to
of
keep
it.
half at level 7.
I don't know. It seems interesting at least. I always like when they find a way to reward players for having a good KDA, just because that isn't abused so much in this game. That I feel like that should reward players that continue to play well.
Any other
Kind
opinions
of
on
like
it?
his own version of gathering power, I guess, for
Yeah.
auto attacks.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it that way, without really the base buff to it. It is kind of a neat thing. I was just super shocked to see, like, when he was first released, that he was not a warrior. So I think at the very least, it's cool that they took this direction, because we knew the Butcher was going to be in some way, shape, or form eventually. I think this is just a really smart way to go about it to differentiate him from Stitches.
Yeah, and well, actually, I wanted to comment that on like model wise, I thought it was actually pretty cool that they put a lot more focus on his weapon to make it look like he's more of an assassin and like should do more damage than make him just like really really big like Stitches is. And that was like what immediately caught my eye. I was looking at him, I was like, that's a really big weapon, and they're like, he's an assassin. I was like, that makes sense. Because you always have to be really careful, I guess, like design wise, because people will think he looks like a warrior. But I don't know. I do like those mechanics where if you die, like you lose everything. It's like kind of like exactly like you said, Kel'Thas, or like any other gathering power hero. We have to kill him because he's killing our entire team anytime he does like one
Right.
ability. So I like it.
And just imagine, like, with that talent, 35% bonus attack damage when he seems to be an auto attack hero. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a good amount.
All right. Well, moving through his kit quickly. This is not going to be a full rundown. This is kind of first impressions. He's got hamstring. That's going to be, it's on the ground, so it's ground targetable, dealing 40 damage and slowing units by 50%. But it only lasts 2 seconds. But still, that sounds like an AOE path, like in your face, kind of like a seismic slam that will slow you by 50%. Fair amount of control, very good for chasing. A lot better than like the wolf for Rhaegar in particular, because or Thrall, excuse me, because that wolf you have to throw it out and it then hits them and roots them. But this is AOE, probably moves a little bit faster, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Butcher's brand. Oh, okay, you want to talk about that or?
No, just I noticed that they went for the fading effect as well. We see this with Johanna's punish
Yeah.
ability, and it seems to be something that they're toying with a little bit more in terms of adding it to heroes to try to give some things, I guess, a little bit more flair. So it's 50%, but then quickly drops off,
Yeah.
which is interesting. I'm not really sure how I feel about it just yet. I guess it feels a little less abrupt. Maybe it's just like a feel type of thing and not really going for balance. But interesting.
Well, it's a little bit of I guess it makes proccing other things like Executioner a little bit more attractive. Instead of like making it something like 50% for 1 second, it's now 50% and fades off in 2 seconds. So you get the 2 seconds of Executioner procs and stuff
Sure.
like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So maybe that just makes it just a little bit more like it has other synergies if you do something like a fade off more than if you actually just have it just like at a hard stop of 1 second or something. I don't know, just a thought.
Can, can you show off that cat? I miss that cat. I see her once a week now. Oh, maybe you're so cute. All right, moving on back to Butcher. Oh, that is not at all what we want. Okay, good. Butcher's brand gonna be the W, deal damage to an enemy and cause your basic attacks against them to heal you for 75% of the damage done for 5 seconds. That's actually kind of ridiculous. 75%. Whew. And it's doubled versus heroes. So far, he's sounding like a better Thrall to me.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad way to put it. Except for his heroics, but yeah, you're right.
Hollowness, I'll ban you if you tell me that cat doesn't miss me. I will ban you. That is offensive. That is offensive. All right.
Better Thrall. Is that fair to say? He doesn't have as good escapes, so there's that to consider.
That's
Right?
true.
Everything's kind of about him getting in. Go ahead, Kev.
He's very like in a way, like he almost has the only escape that Diablo has as well. Like you have to find an enemy that's far away to try and peel yourself away in order to like get that gap in there. So it's weird. It's a very all or nothing assassin, which is what I like. I like those kinds, especially because his trait is like if you die, you lose so many stacks.
Yep.
True.
Positioning will be very, I guess you could say Illidan-like in the sense that you need to know how to toe that line of being able to go in, kill people really quickly, and then make sure that you can also still get out. Otherwise, yeah, it's very punishing.
All right. His E, Ruthless Onslaught, is a charge. Becoming unstoppable, you gain movement speed. If you reach the target, they are stunned for 1 second and take 110 damage. Now, the interesting thing about this is it sounds like it's targetable. You target, and then you charge that target till you hit them. You're unstoppable, so that literally means you can't be stunned, you can't be rooted, you can't be slowed. You are quite literally unstoppable, except for things like Void Prison. And I think that's why it says if you hit the target.
Well, I'm assuming you can't go through like walls and shit as well too.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you think like Bolt and Blink and
But like just like
Dimensional
destruction
Warp
and stuff. Like if they run through their gate and stuff, like you can't
okay,
chase them
okay,
through.
that makes sense too.
Or maybe it's got a short duration for how long you actually charge at the enemy. They
That's
don't.
possible too.
They don't say you will hit the target.
I mean, it's
say
just
you
missing a
charge
lot
at
of
them.
info. It doesn't say that. You don't see the range on it as well. Like,
Yeah.
It sounds very Dragonite-y, but like better.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer it be you pick a direction and it just goes in that direction,
If you hit somebody.
and then
I
gets
think
faster as it goes. Because
targetable is fun.
targetable is going to be a lot easier to use, of course, but like in terms of how he worked in Diablo 3, it was just like you could
It's
get
got
out
a
of the way,
timer.
but
Okay.
but maybe it would be crazy to like position yourself in such a way that you could run really far distances on a map based on where the walls were and stuff.
Yeah.
So that could be a interesting mechanic. Trading off, of course, being able to easily hit someone. But we'll see how it plays out. It's hard to, again, we're just kind of drawing speculations on all this.
Yeah. Well, Cloak in chat just confirmed that it does in fact have a max duration in which it can run. So, good to know.
Yo,
Thanks for that.
Blizz, hire me.
What?
Yeah, common sense
on
from
Grievous.
Kevin.
All right. And heroics, furnace blast, 3-second delay, fire explodes, dealing damage around you. Sounds really powerful.
Sounds OP as shit, man.
If it sounds very Wombo oriented, and then Lamb for the slaughter.
It's not even Wombo oriented. Like you just target someone and you chase them, and after 3 seconds, like you can combo that with the ruthless onslaught or whatever it is. The E we just talked about. That's like you could get like a lot of cool combos. And it does a lot of damage. So
yeah,
it sounds like
Pyroblast?
because you could. It's like Pyroblast, but like
No, I'm saying it would pair well with it.
Oh God, why?
no,
No.
nothing
No.
pairs
You know,
well with
nothing
Pyroblast.
pairs with Pyroblast. Exactly.
on.
Thank you.
It'll be a thing.
Shh. Quiet, Kubi.
Don't speak. Don't speak.
Then Lamb for the slaughter.
Oh, that is loud.
What?
Excuse me.
Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna look at this stuff.
What
Yeah, it's
just
Butcher.
happened?
We're looking at Butcher. There's an ad on my screen.
With math?
Whoever's talking to you, tell them to go away. We're in the middle of a show. Hello, ESL people.
What?
Is Jake talking to people or talking to us? I can't tell what's going
Talking
on.
to you guys.
Why are you being weird about it?
Well, because I'm talking to the stream, and they can see all these videos that you can't see.
Anyway,
I'm so confused right
I don't
now.
know what's
Just
going
I'm
on.
on
either.
like
Well.
another level of confused right now.
Yeah, just roll
this
with
is
Jake.
this is dealing with Jake, whether he's drinking the brew or he's incredibly tired.
I
right.
was showing the stream a video of the Butcher and talking about it. Why is that hard to understand?
Well, it's not that part's easy to understand, but how you were speaking was not easy to understand.
Okay.
All right. Moving on.
Plan for the slaughter, throws a hitching post that attaches to the nearest enemy hero after 1 second delay. This deals 75 damage and causes the enemy to be chained to the post for 4 seconds. That is gonna suck.
If it was a shorter cooldown, I think it would be better. But 60 seconds for like kind of like a root.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a 4 second.
It's a 4-second route though.
yeah, it's a 4-second root, but
It's a long time.
There's so many different ways to get people out of roots.
yeah, like cleanse is a 30-second cooldown, boys. You should have that up every time for that.
I don't know if that is something
Yeah.
that cleanse would work with.
Why wouldn't it?
Because it's as you step out of the ring, it pulls you back in, right? And it's possible to like get to the edge and then step over a little bit and have it pull you back in. So you could cleanse, but I think once the cleanse wears off, it would pull you back in.
If cleanse removes mosh pit, I would assume it would move that.
Right. It removes the CC to allow you to walk out of the mosh pit. This you can't walk away from.
If you were to let's say you doubled polymorph's duration, you were to polymorph someone and cleanse. When cleanse duration ends, they wouldn't go back into the polymorph. It just dispels the polymorph. It removes the debuff from that person. That's
what
how
I'm
I
saying
cleanse.
is, if you cleanse someone who is inside the Queen's Curse from the Garden Terror, if they keep standing inside of it, they will get repolyed.
Why would they keep standing in it though?
Right, but you don't have a choice but to stand inside this.
But if they're cleansed, the hook
Okay,
on
no, I
their
know.
back gets removed.
I don't know if the ability works that way. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
it would
so
reapply the hook.
Cloakin in chat is saying cleanse and Johanna R is the only thing that
Okay.
works.
All right, that's fine.
That's cool.
Okay, cool. So sounds like it could be pretty strong. I don't know. I still like Furnace Blast because
Furnace
first
Blast
off,
would be
that
awesome.
graphic is OP. Secondly,
Blast looks so broken, dude. Like,
damage.
it depends on this. Like, is there any videos of his E, the Ruthless Onslaught? Like, how fast does that scale?
Yeah,
Like, how
I just showed it.
can you show it again?
Go. You can look it on the website.
Um,
Just go to Heroes Next.
Yeah,
Anyway.
also, check out the game that was casted as well. That was
Cloakin and
after
Trickster.
Cloak and Trick.
casted,
They
It
casted
was a little
so
hard to like see everything, I guess, that was going on because they kind of cast it like it was a normal game. Well, I mean, I'm sure they were given a video and then they just kind of
Yeah, they had pre-recorded a video that was
Yeah.
already observed and they cast it over it.
So it was a little difficult to like kind of
Right, so you don't get to necessarily see the range, the exact range of stuff, but you get a good feel for how the abilities work, etc.
If it's fast enough, I mean, comboing the E with that ult could be like freaking disgusting. Especially based off how much, like, depending on how the damage scales. Like, it does 700 at level 10, right? So, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Wow,
It
Cloakin is
sounds
even
really
saying
powerful.
even if you bolt out of it, you get pulled back for
Yeah, that
the
makes sense.
for the hitch. That's cool. Or Land for the Slaughter, sorry.
What about Buttwing's phase shift? What if you teleport across the map?
Probably works.
Oh my god. That would be hilarious.
Because Brightwing using her phase shift to teleport across the map will cause Pyroblast to stop chasing you. It's one of the few things that get Pyroblast to stop chasing you.
That's interesting.
Wonder if it'll break that.
It's possible. I know you guys can't see this, but stream can see this. This new mount that they're adding, this new Diablo theme mount that Butcher's riding. So hype.
It's not a pig.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's strange.
I think it's
Fitting.
cool.
I mean, it's cool looking, but
It's not a
There's
pig.
There's only one cool mount. It's the Money Pig.
Not a pig.
HuK. What do you think
Not a pig.
about the Butcher? I know. Do you play a lot of melee assassins? I know we saw you playing a lot of Vala on the stream, so I didn't know if you were mostly ranged or.
I don't play a lot of melee assassins, but I played every hero.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard to know until you actually play it. Like, at this point, we're kind of all just theory crafting a little bit, and it's the same thing. Like no matter what game, it's completely different once you get in there and see what it's all about. But I mean, at least it seems interesting.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. It seems fun. So, and I like the mount, by the way, and I don't care about the pig.
You don't
Am I
like
gonna
the
be a
pig?
hip? I don't really care
Wow,
much.
wow, get him off the show.
Yeah,
Get him off the show.
don't care.
HuK,
You know what? You know what? No,
you're a filth
you know what?
nugget.
HuK, you're pretty new to the scene. You're pretty new to Heroes. You will come to understand
The
the
money
pig.
pig.
Okay, I doubt
Some
it.
people.
But
Okay, thanks.
Good.
So new map looks
Real good.
interesting.
No, like
I thought it was
actually,
awesome.
it blows everything that we've ever seen out of the water. In
Oh,
terms
yeah,
of just
visually.
just visually.
Graphically,
The
yeah.
the
Yeah.
double just art sets that they have of heaven and hell, and the new mercenary camps. Let's start with that since I have it on the screen. We're seeing some concept art of these new mercenary camps. It's the first time they've introduced new merc camps to the game, and that's quite interesting. And if I'm not mistaken, the way it works is the siege giants or the siege camp. They're not giants. They're like spear throwers. They still siege out of range, but there's three of them. They do a ton of damage, but they have very small health pool.
Hmm.
And then the bruiser camp. Let me see if
The
I can
Bruiser
find-
camp sounds like what Bruisers should have been.
Don't they have they spawn? They spawn.
Yeah,
They summon like
It's
resurrect.
like a hound master, and he
Yeah.
keeps spawning more and more hounds.
Yeah, he just
Until
summons
he
these guys. So
dies.
as soon as you kill one of these hounds, summonable fallen hound, it says at the bottom, they'll just keep summoning more of these guys, and they'll just soak up shots. So it's way cooler than the mercenary camps we have right now. I'm super stoked for it.
Yeah. I like the different ideas for mercenary camps as well. It's going to become a little bit harder to commentate and like kind of like draw parallelisms that's not going to like really alienate newer people, I would say. At least I'm just looking at it from like that way.
Yeah, I think they should be careful with making them too different from each other. So it's like
Yeah.
giants should be giants with small modifications here and there, sort of like what we have. Once they start getting a little too weird, it's like, okay, this is like some kind of mix between other mercenary camps and
Are we ready to
Just for
make this a
simplicity's
discussion? Because we're on the verge of making this a discussion. You're saying that they shouldn't add new type of merc camps because you don't want to
No,
confuse.
no. It's and you know what? I said commentating, but I kind of I should back myself up. I'm just talking about just new players in generals. In general, like they'd go from like one game to the next and be like, wait, why is this different, or how do I utilize this differently? I always get worried about those kinds of things.
Well, then they should just make every map the exact same, but just change colors and stuff, right?
you going slippery slope on me?
Slippery slope.
so you
we're
doing?
gonna change the colors. Don't make me sing a song about maps.
No, I
man.
think
Don't make me do it.
the point that I'm trying to get at is that if you try to draw too many parallels to it being a giant camp or like label it in that way, if you're gonna make a new mercenary camp, fine. That's whatever. Make it very different. Very different.
Oh, so
Don't-
they're not
don't-
like they're calling it like a siege camp still.
right.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
a,
they
if
should.
they're-
Oh, they shouldn't
yeah,
do that.
there's a
It should just
bruiser
be
camp.
completely
Yeah, so if
different
it's
camp.
like siege camp and it's a little different, it's like, well, why is it different? Like, well, like you're not maybe not used to it. I'm okay with different merc camps.
Yeah.
Just make sure you identify them well enough so that
Yeah, okay.
new
I get
players
it.
don't
I
get
get it.
confused.
I can see what you're saying now. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes. So, anyway, where were we? Yeah, so the map mechanic. Did they really explain too much about it? Because I guess I might have missed some things because they explained some, like, there's two guys in the middle, they fight, you kill one of them, and then you kill, like, your or the opponent's one,
right.
and then your guy then goes to the other team and starts, like, beating
So-
up the random stuff, but you can
Yes.
choose where it goes?
No.
No.
So the way it works is you do a show, or no. you fight in the middle. You
You do a show.
We're doing that now. You fight in the middle, and the team that defeats the opposing team's boss will get theirs to summon. So say I want to say Alliance, but the Angels win, and then the Angel will respawn at full health. But depending on how successfully you defended yours, how much health pool it has, it will gain shield. Now the shield is both a shield and a resource. So if it takes damage, it expends its shield, but it also casts a ranged attack from Siege, which does more damage, which also expends the resource. So it'll start out, if it's a really powerful one, it's going to use this range attack, plow through their structures, but once that shield is gone, it goes into melee mode and it will just start wailing away, and it will fall rather quickly once it does that. So yeah, that's essentially how it works. But at 50% health, they do that a bit of a duel that we saw in this little video I just showed. So when they fall to 50% health, that's when we get the full Dragon Ball Z right here. Dragon Ball Z. Then they reposition, so they will go to the other locations and reposition, and then once again it all happens. But you can see they have all these area of effect things. They have all these Diablo mechanics around them when you're battling, and yeah, so that guy wins, and now he's gonna go March.
Oh,
And you see, yeah,
so
see, he's casting his spells here right now,
that's not
but once he runs
one.
out,
That's not one set in the middle. Then there's three different sets for three different lanes of which one they'll push down.
no. So
No.
yeah, Corey, you can explain the other half.
Okay,
Oh, that is a straw
so
poll. You should vote on this straw poll, by the way. We'll get to that a bit later.
okay, so there's four like pedestals that they can stand on in the
Yes.
middle of the map, right? And it's a 2-lane map. So essentially, when you win and you take out the opponent's guardian or whatever they decided to call it, then it pushes down, as I understand it, the lane with the most structure still. So that way, it's not like the
Oh,
golem
okay.
where it rushes down one lane and then you can only push that one lane. So that's how that works.
Maybe I just did. Did they explain it this in depth?
Well,
or did
they
it just...
casted the second game they casted was on the
Oh,
tournament.
you know what? I probably
So,
missed that. I like
if you
passed
check
out.
that out, they
Yeah.
explain
No
that
I
patch?
in
totally
full
passed
detail.
out after that. Then sorry,
Jared,
I
stop.
didn't see that. My bad. Anyway, looks cool. I like it. Great.
HuKsicle, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, anytime there's a new map, I'm really excited. Like, I feel like I played a lot of the other MOBAs, like LoL, Dota, Han, even.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh wow, indeed.
Great.
Yeah. So it was just really, really boring to play the same map over and over again. So anything that's new, once again, is really fun. And then on top of that, like, I was a really big Diablo 2 fanboy. Like, I played a lot of Diablo 2 through, like, I don't know if anybody played Diablo 2 here, but there was like an era of like Stone of Jordan when they were used that as currency, and then they used
Yep.
runes as currency later on. So I played both of those eras and in between. So I played a lot of Diablo 2. So any map with that is a lot of fun, and I think that's what's really great about Heroes is that if they can keep taking the lore from each different section and then adding it into maps, you know, players are going to automatically identify with, like, you know, they're big Diablo 2 players are going to love this map, or Diablo 3 players are going to love this map, even Diablo 1-ish kind of. I don't really remember it too much, but that's what's for me as a player, like, the funnest part.
Okay, so
The butcher's from Diablo 1, so that's like I think
yeah,
the
he
only...
is 1 and 3, right? So
But I
Oh,
think
season
it's
3.
yeah, he's
I didn't
there.
know. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
play
he's there.
3, but I played 1, and I think the
Yeah.
Butcher was the first. Was he the
Yep,
first?
he was the
boss?
first.
Yeah.
The first real
First.
bossy fight.
Like Diablo 1, I think I didn't get past the first boss, so that was pretty much it for me.
Dude, the first boss in Diablo 1 was hard as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
was
then
that was the
when you got the
butcher's.
Butcher's
It was like-
Cleaver, you used that
Yeah.
weapon forever.
Yep.
Butcher's Cleaver was God tier.
I never
man.
played D1. I'm sad.
Dude,
spent
you should
all
go
my
back and play
time
Diablo 1. That was really good.
I
playing
tried.
D2.
It's
Too many-
like it looks terrible though.
Yeah, it's hard. All right, so in terms of the map mechanic, it is the second map in which, or not even the second, because you could in theory consider the Dragon Knight has a big boss that pushes, the Terror that has a big boss that pushes, but this is very similar to Haunted Mines, where there is a phase where you fight for the power of something, and then one team gets a better version, but in this case, only one team gets anything. You either get a boss that pushes or you don't. Do you guys think that this is better than Mines, and should Mines go away?
I hate mines, so I'm just gonna throw that out there first of all. The only, like, the biggest thing with mines, I feel, is that it's really hard to come back if you get a big enough golem. And with this new map, because only one team gets one, I just hope that they can balance it around it not having that same effect of you get one, they don't, so therefore it's just gonna keep snowballing and get worse and worse and worse. That would be my major concern.
Yeah, I think that was the idea behind having the summoned Guardian push down whichever lane is the furthest pushed out. So that helps a little bit to alleviate the snowbally nature of it, because right now the Golem just continues to shove down the lane that you've already pushed really far. So I don't know if that's something they could potentially apply to the mines without it being really confusing. Not sure how that they could work that in easily.
Yeah, and then there's no mines in this map, so that's nice.
Right,
You
you
don't
don't have
like
to
the
teleport to another level of darkness.
I don't like the mines mechanic because I don't know, like especially when you're playing solo queue, or even if you're like with a group of 2 or 3 friends, like you have like that one Kael'thas who's like, okay, I'll go in the mines first, and then all of a sudden, the enemy team's just waiting there. I just like I understand the strategic value of that entrance and everything. I just hate how poorly people execute it,
well, it's
and
just
so it's
bad
just
play
frustrating.
then. You don't like
I
bad
know
play.
it's
It's
bad
not the
play, but it's like I feel like it lures bad play.
What else lures bad play? Your MMR.
Okay. Um, shots
shakes.
fired. All right, let's take a look at this. Actually, let's not take a look at that. Let's get final thoughts on
Jake
on
doesn't know where he's going yet.
on the map.
Um,
Excited? Let's
until we
start.
clearly excited, but until we play it, don't know if it's good or bad.
Okay.
Based off the last two maps, Sky Temple and Spider Queen, they've gotten much better at the map making thing. Neither of those maps were booty tier compared to like Garden, which was like for a long time really really bad, and they had to balance it a lot, and still now it's not like the most desired map to play. So
Okay. Let's go around the world. Corey.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, of course, and I really like the art, like HuK was talking about too. It's gonna make this is the first one we've had from any other game, right? Everything has been Nexus based thus far, and I'm very, very excited about it. And they did a really, really good job fleshing that out. Compared to what we saw, even like the image that they gave us at BlizzCon, it's like at least 10 times better than that. Like seeing it up close and personal. And again, it's hard to see how the map mechanics is going to play out, so I'll reserve judgment until we get to play on it. But yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Kevo.
I love me some Diablo, so I'm all excited for it. And the soundtrack that they were like releasing during the previews and everything,
Oh, we
on
were
par.
we were nerding out. They started playing that music in the venue when Corey and I were like sitting there, like waiting for the show to start. We had like an hour before the show to start. We're like just sitting there doing like rehearsal stuff, and they start playing like the most hype like Heroes music. We're just like so pumped up. We're just like, whoa, what is this music right now?
Yeah, that's
So
pretty cool.
yes, the music.
I'm excited for music. That's like the one thing that I always love about Blizzard is their music. And
Yeah,
with the last
screw
couple of
everything
maps,
else. They're
they've
only
been
good for
like
music.
nailing it.
All right, Huxkle, you already kind of gave us some insight as to what you think about the map. So tell me why this is not as good as a sweet StarCraft map we could have.
Well, I mean, I obviously want like a sick themed StarCraft map, like all out, insanely good. I don't know, on a battleship or carrier or something.
You want it to be on a
But
carrier?
dude,
yeah,
that'd be sick.
Why
Like,
not?
instead
That
of a
would be
carrier.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I had
something.
You have
never
like
thought
little
of
It could
it.
be
interceptors
anything.
fly by and stuff.
Oh God.
Huck, you've done something here.
But yeah. Other than that, I obviously love the idea of the map. I don't think anybody that plays the game or is a fan of the game is going to be like, yeah, this sucks. I don't want to play this.
Oh, I hate to break it to you, but the first StarCraft map is going to be Scrap Station, so get ready
Oh.
for that.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Steps of War. It's actually just
Steps of War.
one lane map.
Please. Please.
All
Bring
right.
back my favorite map, 12 drone rushes. I'm so excited.
So fun. All right, let's go to the next talking point, which is the straw poll, which some dead games are beating us in right now. We need to make this
Yeah.
bigger.
No. Let's skip this one, man. Next subject. Isn't there? Let's go.
Let's go somewhere else.
Who wants to read this for me? Esport games. I'm not going to try to read Swedish.
What?
It's in a different language at the top.
That's
Oh,
What games do
esports
you wanna
game
see at the next DreamHack event?
DreamHack Les Big 2016 Sahen.
Good job.
Hello?
2016.
first off, that's German.
Okay,
That's what Nick
look,
said.
I'm uncultured. DreamHack's based out of Sweden. I just assumed. Heroes of the Storm. You want to do this, and then you want to vote Oh,
Can you link it in chat?
then you go to results. I'll do that in just a second, and you'll see that we're only at 6%. So we got to fix that. We're losing the Call of Duty, and
That is
that's a problem. So there's the straw poll. New straw poll available. Vote now.
Vote now.
Should vote for Street Fighter. What?
That
You
would be
linked
my
the
dashboard.
results again, Jake.
Dang.
Quit linking results.
I'm actually just the worst at this. There we go.
I'm trying to remember how to say 2016 in German, and it took a second.
I'm so
Oh,
proud of you.
rip! Someone in the house already voted, so I can't vote.
They probably voted for the wrong game.
Shut up.
Tempo House.
I'm surprised
colluding.
Heroes is ahead of Hearthstone right now just because of how much of a head start that community's gotten. So that's interesting, but cool.
Yo, I see those votes going up for Heroes, you nerds. Oh,
Go for it, boys. Go
Nerds.
for it.
I like you guys.
Yeah, we just beat Hearthstone. Yeah, before we did not. Nice.
That's what
Well,
I like to see. Those numbers are taking
hopefully
up.
we beat, everybody, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're at 6%. But I believe.
Do you believe?
I believe in a thing called love.
Still going up.
I believe in a thing called love.
Keep at it.
Oh.
You guys are making me proud. All right. Let's talk about. We talked about the new stuff. Let's talk about the other stuff. The stuff that happened.
What about TempoStorm.com releasing new guides recently? Isn't that cool? Yeah,
Jared.
that is actually pretty cool, huh?
Why
Yo,
don't you link
you need some help with your overlays though. It's so
Excuse me, Kevin. Can I talk about the website?
Yes.
No, I'm gonna poop on it first.
All right, go for it.
Well, when I was looking at guides before, you couldn't actually see what the images were behind the guides. They were like just giant black boxes over them with a title, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what the guide is for. And then you had to mouse over it to actually see what the actual guide was for. 'Cause then there
Premium.
was a picture behind
Oh
it.
gosh.
So it's
Oh wow, there's already 2 pages of guides. People are making them like crazy.
yeah, they are.
But yeah, recently we at TempoStorm.com we released the Heroes of the Storm guide section of the website. In Hearthstone, TempoStorm is, I guess, like probably the go-to place for most people for competitive guides, and articles and stuff. We're like looking for writers as well. So if you're interested in applying to be a writer for the website, you can email me at zoya@tempostorm.com. But that's the link to the guides. It's pretty easy to make a guide and it's pretty easy to follow. But the cool thing that we're doing that other sites isn't is we have map guides. And Dreadnought did an in-depth guide on how to shot call and just how to play Dragonshire, and it's really, really cool. It's like the most well-received guide on the site right now. But
It's
that's
not,
been something we've been working on for like 3 months now, and the devs work their ass off, but it's pretty cool.
huh?
I like the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
It's very, very
Dread
well
put a
done.
lot of work into that guide.
This is quite cool.
Is really, really in depth.
I actually haven't played around with this yet. I've been so busy.
Here's the Dragonshire guide in chat for people that want to look at that. But yeah, we just released that, and the team. The difference between this site and like other sites that have guides is we actually have pros writing guides for us. Like you can write your own guide. Clear like Sham2 can go write his Diablo guide, which is cool and fine. Like we want to promote community content as well, but we actually get the. Well, that wasn't shots fired. That was legit. Like Sham2.
No, that was
Sham2 could probably do a
actually-
really good Diablo guide. He's done Diablo guides in the past, but we actually have the top players in Heroes writing guides as well.
It's actually kind of funny because somebody at work today was like, "Oh yeah, so I was following this guide on Heroes Fire today, and it was written by this curse guy. And what do you think of this build?" And I was like, and he goes Ring of Frost on Jaina, and I was like, "Yeah, you want to know what I think about that build? Probably the fact that Curse isn't really a team anymore, and you should probably not follow their guides."
Shire, the boys. That's not wrong.
It's not. It's not incorrect.
It's not even an
It's-
organization anymore.
It's true.
Curse Gaming, but not Curse Esports.
Yeah.
Boys, why didn't we pass Call of Duty yet?
So.
Yeah,
I do like it. I do like it. I need to actually read a couple of the guides and check out like.
we have a talent calculator too. It's got a few like miscalculations and bugs in it, but for the most part, people really like the talent calculator and the way it looks. and we're working on making like like the talent calculator should be like the first, like, because when you go to like Heroes Fire and Heroes Nexus, like the first thing you know is like you click on talent calculator because that's what you mainly go there for, and that's
Yeah.
like very clear on our website, which is like my main gripe to the devs, which we'll be fixing soon. But
Oh yeah, I found a bug in your talent guide too, or talent calculator.
there's a lot of
I'm
them.
just gonna link it in chat.
It's just going to be a picture of a
If,
new
if,
rack.
if it's
Just
a new
don't
Barak,
click on it.
Kevin,
Just don't click on it.
yeah, it's a new Barak.
It is. It is. I see it. And oh gosh,
Thanks, Kevin.
filth.
You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. I'm just gonna be sitting over here laughing to myself.
I'm proud of you.
So proud of me.
All right, so let's transition to talk more about you, HuK. Now, HuK, you've already mentioned you've got a big background in StarCraft. This game, of course, does incorporate StarCraft 2 Heroes. It's the same engine. And you mentioned you played Han, you played LoL, you played Dota. What are your thoughts on Heroes? I mean, outside of just the fact that you like different maps in the game.
Well, I guess first off, I'd clarify that I'm pretty good at MOBAs.
Oh.
There's been some Dota pros that I played with in Han. I actually got an offer to play on a pro Han team at the same time I did for StarCraft 2. And luckily I took StarCraft 2 because
Rip.
Han didn't really do so well. Other than that, I'm pretty good at LoL too. I haven't played Dota 2, but I was a big Dota 1 player. Heroes, it's fun. It's really fun. The most exciting thing I think would be how easy it is to search for a game and connect with other players. Personally, I didn't have that many friends that played Heroes when I started playing because obviously I'm a StarCraft 2 guy. Most of my friends play StarCraft 2, but I've met like a lot of really cool people that I play with on a regular basis now, and it's really easy just to search for a party on your friends list or in a channel. And I don't know. I think it's like a nice way to unwind from the day. I'm not too into playing like really long games like Dota 2 can be, and League of Legends is fun but gets tiresome. And plus, I live on the East Coast and they only have West Coast servers. So,
You still in New York?
well, I'm in Toronto right now, but
Oh, man.
yeah.
Well
So
traveled.
playing LoL from East Coast is like 120 ping. I mean, I think LoL's a pretty cool game as well, but personally, I just like playing Heroes.
Favorite heroes. We know you like Vala. We saw you playing Vala. I know back in the day you played a lot of Stitches.
Yeah, I still like Stitches. I mean, I like any hero that I feel like you can make a lot of cool moves. My best hero by far is Lost Vikings.
Hmm.
I'm insanely good with Lost Vikings, and I know that sounds cocky.
Confident.
I'm insanely good with Lost Vikings. It's like a hero that the faster you are and the better you are at multitasking pays off. And as a StarCraft 2 pro, obviously that translates pretty well for me. And but obviously you didn't see that in the tournament because I'm playing with a bunch of guys. Like I think Summit started playing literally this week, and you have to kind of know rotations, know what you're doing with Lost Vikings to play them. But yeah, I don't know. I really like Lost Vikings, but when I stream, it's kind of hard to play because I'm so concentrated. I can't like talk and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm literally just like one
I
two
hate
1 2
streaming
1 2 3 1
Vikings.
2
I
3.
hate streaming Vikings for that reason.
But it's my favorite hero by far. I love Vikings.
Which
I
Viking
just
is
got
your
a
favorite?
shirt. Huh?
Which Viking is your favorite? The deep questions here.
The fat one, I guess. Olaf.
Olaf, come
Yeah,
on,
I
you don't even
mean-
know his name.
I said Olaf. What?
No, he's talking to.
You
I said the fat one, Olaf,
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
because you immediately attacked me with the.
Sorry.
Jared got indignant.
As a fat guy, okay, I had to insert the fat one. It's like,
We have names too.
Huck,
we're people, HuK, okay.
would you like to see more control options right now for the Vikings? Like, how do you feel like maybe your own control groups that you can set up? I know that like the control is probably not as customizable as what you would see for a C. So, what would you like to see them add for that?
I think it's fine. I would like to see more heroes that have that capability, even like a hero that has maybe two splits. But the controls for me, they were fine. If anything, it's at a good pace now. I feel like no matter what game you come from, like even like a strong RTS background or a strong MOBA background, players will have a difficulty controlling the Vikings as is. So making it harder or making it easier, I think that like at the tempo they are now is really, really good. Because you can still make mistakes, and if you play against someone like Nova or Zeratul, you're almost guaranteed you're gonna die just because it's so hard to watch. But it's definitely a hero that you can make a lot of things happen, and you can give your team a big, big advantage if you play well. And I like putting the team on my back, man. All right, I'm all about that life. So I just want to like let me do me. You guys like don't completely suck, and we'll just get there. Don't worry about it. So
Excellent. So the idea of having someone like Rexar, where he can control Misha, his bear, or something with the two control groups, if that was a hero, that would be appealing for you.
yeah. I mean, it, yeah, no, Misha's kind of boring. I always thought when I played Dota, but yeah, I don't know.
What if she can
I
teleport?
like the Vikings.
Jake and Jared have been on about Rexar being in this game, I think,
Since
since
like day
Town
one,
Hall started.
like
Oh,
day
really?
one. Yeah,
So I'm glad I'm not the only one
I
who's
hate
just like,
all of
oh,
you, by the
Rexar.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally, I
Except you,
don't
Jared.
know. Like, I like Lost Vikings. I played a lot of Meepo in Dota, so it's like kind of relatable and a little bit, but I don't know. I wouldn't be so excited, I guess, for Misha or Rexar.
What about Kael'thas, where you can resurrect entire waves of minions and control
You mean
all of them
Kel'Thuzad?
individually?
You mean
Crap.
Uh,
Kel'Thuzad?
Rip.
You mean Kel'Thuzad?
We call him Kale through Thas or something.
Stop.
I
You
forget.
have to stop doing that. It's going to become completely indistinguishable at some point, and no one's gonna have any
It's
idea what
already
you're
like that
talking
in my brain.
about.
Excellent.
I've tried calling
HuK, I
like a
don't know
bit.
how much competitive heroes you have seen thus far, and Vikings do get picked up a decent amount in competitive play. Do you see a lot more potential for Vikings like play to improve in terms of micro, how much they're splitting, or just in general, like what is like? Do you think the foreseeable skill cap for this hero?
No, I think it's really high. I think if I mean, I'm coming off so cocky and I'm really not that like established player at all, but I think if you had a player that was very, very good at Vikings, you could build specified strats, like specific things on certain maps around just a Viking team and build around that. And then, do like if it's a big map and it has a lot of mercs or a lot of objectives, soak the whole time. I mean, there's 3 lane maps where objectives, so, 4 or 5 team, your whole team has to be there, and it's very easy to peel. Even something like Dragonshire, where you can take one of the Vikings and, grab that, or Garden Terror and do once again one of the Vikings, and you still can soak with the other two and push as a 5-man team down a lane. Like there's a lot of possibilities, and I think we'll see that Vikings are actually very OP if I mean, when a team realizes that, I guess it's only a matter of time. Teams will realize that. It's just they haven't abused that fact that much yet.
Because I think we've been seeing that for a while now, actually.
I don't
Uh,
think to the degree that it should be.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. Like, do you see more of potential for play? And,
I
okay,
think
that's a
like
fair point.
Vikings are gonna have to be nerfed a lot, a lot.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. I
Interesting.
can see what he's saying. Like
Yeah.
I see already, like we've been seeing them like a good amount and they do a good amount of stuff, but like I think there's only really like 1 or 2 people who really bring out even close to like 75% of the Vikings potential. For the most part, it's just like a whole bunch of people kind of sitting in lanes a lot.
I
And then
think
like but
I think probably the biggest thing with Vikings that makes them too good is just the soak.
yeah.
If they nerf the soak, I think they'd be in a better spot. If they didn't get full soak, even if it's like 75% per Viking in each lane, I think that's much more manageable. But as it stands,
Gotta be careful with that. I don't know.
it's too much power right now, especially on a map like Cursed.
Or just make more things like Vikings. Duh.
Right.
Or just pet that cat behind you because I can't pet it.
Cat's fine. Don't worry about the cat.
Oh.
Cat's cool.
All
So,
right.
Let's see. Oh, we can jump back a little bit to the Twitch Invitational. Like, what is your involvement with Summit 1G? I didn't know if you guys were connected in any way. How did you end up on that team?
Do you love
How
each
much
other?
practice?
Basically, I played a decent amount of CS. I'm okay. Once again, bragging way too much, but I played like a decent amount of CS:GO. I'm not horrible. Um, and I watched some of his stream. He recognized my name because he did watch a little bit of StarCraft 2. So he modded me. We chatted like every now and then basically he was looking for a team. He knew I played, and then
Okay.
yeah,
Interesting how that works out.
yeah, we played and it went well, I guess. Well, I mean, went okay, I guess. Semifinals, boys. Semifinals.
Yeah.
That tournament just freaking cracks me up because like from what I wasn't like involved in it all, but from what I heard, like Blizzard said like, hey, don't invite like good people. Just make it a fun tournament.
Yeah.
And you got,
Okay.
and then
And then
Boy's
people got
team,
competitive. Yeah.
you had freaking Srey and Carl Delama, who are two of the best solo queue players. I think, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know
they're
if
up there
on
on the hot slots.
And then you have KO, who plays for Tempo Storm, and it's like, oh.
And Zuno was in it, but he got
And then
bodied round one.
Zuna got bodied by KO's. Like it was just such a like.
Yeah, that's the way it happened. It was like the streamer's like, "Oh, we're gonna do this for fun," and then one person like picks up someone semi good, and they're like, "All right, I'm not losing to this guy. All right, I'm gonna up the ante a little bit." Kicks the friend out, brings in like a pro. I was like, "Oh well, we got." And then people just started getting kicked, and all the teams kind of got upgraded. So yeah.
Lesson 1: don't underestimate the competitiveness of competitive people.
Of competitive
even
people, yeah.
in a casual tournament.
Yo,
We were theory crafting at one point that Boy's team would eventually just be 4 members of Tempo Storm and him. Like they were just like they kept getting like stronger and stronger teams, but didn't happen.
I heard people were so a lot of the streamers. I just read a lot of the feedback. And a lot of the streamers had only been playing the game for like 3 days.
Yeah.
So they were like listening to the draft, like our cast while drafting, and just being like, "Who the hell told me to do this?" Or like whatever. I don't know. It sounded like a really fun experience to like watch multi-stream.
Yeah, because of course the streamers were streaming it themselves and apparently watching both of the streams at the same time, like us really over analyzing stuff, or it's like, oh, they're clearly going for this strategy right here based on this pick, and the streamers are just like, can you play this guy? Can you play this guy? Yeah, let's do it.
So in some ways, maybe
apparently
we
that was a
helped them
funny
draft. I don't know. That's funny
Maybe.
though. It's a cool idea.
It was smart from Blizzard. I mean, they just went to people who play other games to get as much cross promotion as possible. And we're like Boy when him and KO were practicing together, Boy's account wasn't even like ready for Hero League. It was like level 10 when they started. Like he legit just started playing the game, and that's what it was for most of the streamers as well, which is cool. Like even if it doesn't get that specific streamer into Heroes, like who knows if they're like 10 to 20k average viewers. Well, like some of them were like, oh hey, this game looks fun, maybe I'll try it out.
Facts. All right. Final question about that event. Do you guys like the sweet purple and green background behind me and Kuvi?
It looked like a Nickelodeon, like mid-90s Nickelodeon set, and I loved every minute of it.
I thought it
felt
was
like somebody was gonna get. Yeah.
I just wanted
Yeah.
like Illidan to be on the screen, like because it's so Illidan colored to me. I don't know. I thought it was.
Was that
funny.
it? GAK? GAK? The stuff? Yes, it was GAK. I was waiting for somebody to get GAK.
Oh, that was orange. No, it was green.
It was green.
Green, yeah.
Well, they had green and orange. Nickelodeon.
So good.
Anyway.
So Kev, why don't you recap a little bit about Enter the Storm, since you
Sure.
were involved part of that?
Yeah, I figured none of you actually got to watch it because you were all in California when I was.
watched
So
some
it
of
was
the
going to
finals.
be
I caught the
super,
VODs.
super early for you. But it was a really interesting tournament, especially for me. Like I had been, as I said earlier, I had somewhat followed EU meta, but I didn't really get. I studied a whole bunch before this, but it was just it was just weird to cast something I had little idea, like region wise, like how the meta really worked a lot. But it was a lot of really good games. The first round, HuK team, who's ranked, I think, 9th in the world, took out Team Liquid.
Is that how you say their name? Pushek?
HuK.
Pushek?
Kev is so much more cultured to us.
I am so much more cultured now.
Yeah.
One tournament.
I saw that. I was. We were checking the bracket out, and we were like riding over to the venue, and we're like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
Liquid lost immediately."
Yeah, it was.
They're
was
terrible,
really
obviously.
crazy. Yeah, so that became a thing too. As Brandy guy just said in chat, GTNA meta OP shampoo. I forget what game it was, but I was yelling about promote pretty much the entire tournament and how EU is dumb and they don't use promote. And one of the pro players at the end of the game like beat a promote comp of Kingwins, if I remember correctly, and they yelled in the all chat at the end of the game, GGNA meta OP shampoo. Um, so chat was yelling that all day. But anyway, it was a really fun tournament. Team Liquid then went through the losers bracket absolutely on fire. They literally said, "We are so angry that we're in the losers bracket." So they tore through the whole entire bracket
Collusion.
really, really quickly.
Maybe they just
Um,
wanted an easier day. They're like, well, those games will be easier.
Is that how that works?
Yep, that's how it
Possibly,
works.
possibly. I don't think
Huck,
so, but
Huck, is that a sick strategy? Have you done that in the past? Just lose round
Mm,
one, just go through losers. It's a good
no,
strategy, right?
I don't
never
think so.
planned. Never planned. It's like an on the fly thing, man. You just kind of roll with it.
Yeah, I can go to losers. But the games were really, really good. Navi versus Team Liquid had a very interesting game number two. I
Was
would
that the
recommend.
comeback?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Didn't get a single kill all game. It was, I think, 12-0 in the kills. It was 20-17, I think, in the levels. They had one keep left. Team Liquid had all five, the two forts and three keeps. They Team Liquid lost like one member. They still decided to fight at the shrine, and Brightwing was trying to push Navi's core by like just pushing, like just with the catapults and everything. Came in late, and that was Grand Paquette. Navi was able to pick up 3 kills, their first 3 kills of the entire game. And because they had Sylvanas was just able to just walk through they like got 2 more shots of the shrine. The shrine took out the fort in the mid lane. They walked through the keep basically by just like kind of like walking and hitting it, and then just went for the core. And they had like Kael'thas was just spawning at the time the core went down. It was the it was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
I lost my mind. I was like, I don't even understand.
The,
So
the
that's when we
positioning
learned.
was really strange from the
Yes,
right
it
wing.
was.
I was like, okay, I get you're trying to do some split pushing onto the core to like try to get them to go
Honestly,
back, but like, don't. Why were they anywhere near the objective to like even lose that fight? Like, why did they went in and it's just like they kind of deserved it. Yeah, probably shouldn't have been able to win the game from that position, but that whole setup for that fight was just like, I get it, you guys have the 20 advantage, but that's just dumb. I don't know.
yo, but 6.5 out of 10, no comeback mechanics.
Yeah, well,
That's
that
why you always
was
gotta ask yourself this question: can we throw right now? And if you can, don't do that.
Yeah.
then.
Like if you have that big of a lead, like they were ahead so far structurally, like they had the game won, and one of the few things they could have done, like throwing at boss pit or engaging 4v5, like
It
Really?
was,
just shows you the power of Sylvanas though, like being able to push in like that.
yeah. And like I think so many people were just like, "Oh wow, they just won one team fight and everything," and then they didn't really like factor in the fact that like Sylvanas stops the slows that happen on people like when the forts are actually getting under attack and all that stuff, and all the damage that's normally gets sustained. So it was a thing. But then Team Liquid just came back and just like I think it was like a 12-minute Garden of Terror match on game number 3.
Smash.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean,
Team Liquid, like, so they're not like, they're, I was saying this before, and a lot of people were always saying that the EU teams, at least in general, oh yeah, and then Gamers 2 versus Team Liquid was a 3-0. But Gamers 2 didn't have to play all day in the second day because it was just basically all losers bracket. So it kind of like, I feel like they just weren't really warmed up that much. Like the third game, they kind of gave up, but the second game, they really gave them like hell.
well, you got to keep in mind that like a good team like isn't determined by like them just dominating always. Like if you look at the history of SMG or Maelstrom, like they weren't dominating always. Like they would
Yeah.
lose
Yeah.
to each other once in a while. The one thing that makes a team good is the fact that they stay around for so long and they can survive through multiple metas.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
sure, Team Liquid getting like their butt kicked round one and like stuff like that. It's like, oh, Team Liquid's tilting, they're gonna lose. No, they'll like it's the start of a new meta. They might be shaky right now, which really isn't the case because they still played phenomenally that tournament. But
Yeah, I mean, Team Liquid played really well, and their drafting, like, it doesn't seem spectacular, but it's something that Bakery kind of like really pointed out to me. It was just like they always get what they want. Doesn't matter what, like, how the draft starts off, who's got first pick, who's got second pick. Team Liquid gets what they want, and they do it really well.
So,
And
has there been any kind of response from the EU community on the new double bans that's coming, like in like 2 days?
Knowing
I haven't
EU, they
seen
probably like
anything.
it. Like they're weird.
I haven't really seen anything. They have a really diverse pool already. Like they readily will use Arthas. They use a lot of different heroes. They stopped using Sergeant Hammer. Sorry, Kubi.
So that's the interesting
MC
thing
Upon.
about the double bans is we're going to start seeing
Yeah,
Arthas
we're
and
gonna start
NA.
seeing
We're
them.
going to be forced to see those kind of heroes picked more often. Things are going to get weird, like EU weird.
Yeah, they hate it. Says Sea Steve.
Oh,
We haven't practiced much with it,
they're
but
really against it.
I
Okay.
really like if anybody
okay.
wants to just sit down and just go through a billion drafts, I really want to practice a bunch of it before this weekend. So like tomorrow or any other night, if anybody just wants to sit around and just mess around with drafts, I am so down because I haven't really gotten a chance to really try it out.
So if you
And
go
it's
to
just like
www.kevsdraftcorner.com, you can sign up there for
sign up
draft
there, come
sessions.
down and we'll have some drafting. It'll be nice.
Yeah, like,
Um
we haven't practiced too much with it yet, but we have a general idea of how it's going to look like. Don't want to go into too much details on our thought process yet,
Ooh.
but because we have 4 days of tournaments coming up starting tomorrow. 4 straight days of tournaments starting
All
tomorrow.
right. Well,
It's gonna be great.
let's segue into that. Just to kind of explain what's happening. That just means ESL playoffs actually happen tomorrow night, which means I really need to figure out production on that. Crap. Yeah, so that's a thing. Playoffs, it's been so many weeks since season two actually ended, and it feels like an eternity since I've been Cali. Kui, why don't you remind me the four teams that are actually in there? I know it's Tempo, Cloud9,
It's
2Arc, and Zever?
no
Vortex.
Vortex.
Okay.
Both C9 teams.
Yep.
Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, the first match is Vortex. No.
Or it's Vortex and Maelstrom are
Vortex
playing
is
against each
versus
other, and
Maelstrom.
Tempo versus 2Arc.
Okay. Tempo 2Arc. So that all starts tomorrow
8
night,
p.m.
and then it continues Thursday night, and so tomorrow will be me and Kubi. Thursday will be Kubi and Jester. Kubi, you're probably just now learning this, and then Friday will be me and Kubi. But then this Saturday, boys, what is that?
Or to BlizzCon, man.
Road to BlizzCon.
And
First
before
half
we
of it.
before we talk to Road to BlizzCon, Matt, I don't even know. HuK, I need to ask you now. We just saw you compete in, yes, it was like a streamer tournament, but we also saw Suppy play on Berkeley twice now. Now they played quite well, but you guys are both under a little brand that once existed in the Heroes community. But EG, when are they getting a team, and why are you going to be on it?
This is weirder than I think you know, to be honest.
Oh,
Because I mean we've talked, right, about things, and up until yesterday actually it was gonna be me, Idra, Xenocider, Suppy on one team trying to qualify, but now no longer so. So they will play Suppy, Xenocider, and Idra, and then they'll fill two more. But as far as EG picking up a team, I don't know officially
wait, Idra's
when that
playing.
would happen.
I thought Idra was done.
Idra is going to play in the qualifier.
Wow, this is
Ooh.
news.
I haven't seen him online in forever. That's cool.
This
No,
is
I saw him
news.
playing yesterday, and I made note of it. I was like, "Oh, Weedra's back on."
We were playing together yesterday. Yeah.
Wait,
So,
wait. Is your name Team Pork Chops?
No.
Oh my god. You want
So-
them to be playing on full, not until, okay?
So
That's
we
interesting.
were planning to play together, and he will play in it still. But I don't know. I really don't know as far as EG when that would happen.
But it's a thing that has been talked about
I
to
mean,
some capacity.
Jesus.
I mean, Suppy Xenocider. I don't know if you know who he is. He's also a EG
Xeno,
member of StarCraft too.
StarCraft.
So
He's really good. He's really young, really talented.
it is EG. Just there's no. I don't. I can't really say.
Like as a group, it's a thing that's of interest, but as an organization, unspoken.
Yes,
Okay.
that would be an accurate statement.
That's cool though. That's still cool. If there's enough momentum behind it and the results are there, I mean, I would imagine the org would get behind it. Um, all right. Well, I got way more out of that than I thought I would.
Who is it on the team again?
I'm
Can you
pretty
say?
candid. Xenocider,
Yeah.
Suppi, Idra, and then 2 other people. I don't know if you know, definitely Miwa, G,
Oh, yeah, Miwa.
Yeah.
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 and I can't remember who the 5th person was, but
Rip.
Okay.
Wow.
And they're playing in Road to BlizzCon this Saturday.
yes.
I hope we
Awesome.
hit them first round. I
Shot it.
Wow. That's
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
No,
Okay.
that's cool though. That's really neat to hear that.
Well, boys, let's talk about the road to BlizzCon, and let me pull it up on my screen over here. Now, if you guys don't know what the road to BlizzCon is, well, you obviously don't follow Heroes of the Storm at all because it's actually just if you go to
Competitive Heroes of the Storm, maybe. Okay. Okay.
there's the link. We're gonna go to that website. And this website, of course, is the place where you get all the information and you can sign up. So let's just show that on screen. There we go. So the Road to BlizzCon is going to be happening this weekend. It happens actually every week for the next, or every month for the next 3 months. There's one you can see here. There's June, July, August, and it's going to be June 13th and 14th, July 11, 12, August 8, 9. 3 individual events. It goes 15,000, 25,000, 35,000, ramping up over time. If you place first in June or first, second in July and August, you go to regionals, which is $100,000. Blah, that's the format. Let's look at the teams. Because we just mentioned HuK has a team. I have to figure out which one he's on. We're making sound effects. And currently there's 71 teams. Now this is like pretty much the last day to sign up. You have to sign up by, I believe, 5 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, which is June 10th. So get a squad together because top 32 get prizing. And honestly, there aren't 32 good teams in North America. So you have nothing to lose playing in this event this weekend. If you can play with 5 friends, you really should be signing up right now because your chance of getting Battle.net gift cards or just prizing in general is relatively high as long as you're competent in MOBAs. And if not, it's still going to be a fun experience where you might get to play against HuK or Idra or who knows, KO, Glaurung, all these guys that have been around. I would imagine QXC, also StarCraft player, League players, all over the place. Zuna, I can name so many names. Kubi's Kitty might be competing.
Could be.
Can't name a lot of.
Yeah, you're really good at. You're really, really good at naming names.
Name dropper professional.
Let's try to figure out which team is Idra's team.
I don't know if they're signed up yet.
They better
Let me
be.
see.
Is it this cat?
Are they gonna Zoya it and just not sign up in time?
No, they'll sign
Dude,
up.
I was one of the first teams to sign up. I don't know why people keep bringing
Because
that
I
up.
told you to.
But weren't you supposed to sign up for something else and you like totally forgot to? And that's
No,
why
that
you-
was EU people being freaking dumb and not knowing how to speak English. And
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right, we're being cultured here.
I'm just saying that I emailed that guy 5 times, and then suddenly he's like, "Oh, you never talked to us about signing up for this tournament." I'm like, "What are you kidding? There's 7 emails I just sent you, bro." And he's like, "Sorry, we dropped you and replaced you for someone else." I'm like, "Okay, Equipos, we're not on the list anymore."
Yeah, where's Idra?
Okay.
All right.
Is he on Stellar Lotus? They have a
I
new
don't-
roster.
I
This
don't-
is actually something we could talk
Yeah.
about. What's up, HuK?
So
don't-
everyone, sign up. Sign up for this, please. If you play the game a lot, like we said.
Dude, no,
you should
the amount of
absolutely
teams
sign
we
up for
have
this.
already is like
Yeah, I'm
super
happy
solid.
with it, but we can do
71?
more. We can definitely do more.
71 is
Definitely
like.
do more.
When are they announcing EU's tournaments?
Yo, real
I
quick.
don't know.
Team Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, I'm curious about the EU as well, but whatever. We got NA this weekend. I'm pretty psyched. I'm excited to see how double bans work, and that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, so essentially there's going to be a bunch of streams. You're going to be able to watch games most of the day, Saturday and Sunday. There will be 4 or 5 different streams. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I think there's actually going to be a team page on Twitch that you can just go to that's going to have all of the different streams on one page. So if you go to the team page, you can easily just click between the 4 or 5 different channels to see all the matches. So pretty nice. And rip, Kui's leaving.
Continue.
Yeah.
Kitty Cam, she is upset. But yeah, So I think we can announce the streams.
Yeah. Well, at least.
There she goes.
We can announce the
Um,
casting duos. I don't know if we can announce streams yet.
yeah, I think we can. I mean, I think we can at least say that all of the four of us are casting. Jake, Jared, Chris, myself are going to be casting. Kubi, unfortunately, will not be casting this weekend.
We don't know for sure yet.
I don't.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
know
he
for
doesn't
sure.
know if he's
It's
casting
like
or not.
open.
Okay.
As of right now, he's not.
Yeah.
See,
So
I ran into HuK at he was here. He was actually sitting about 5 feet away from where I am presently right now. I like came here 2 weeks ago, and he had just finished casting WCS, and we started talking about heroes. He's like, yeah, we should cast together sometime. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So we're doing it here for Road to BlizzCon. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm very
so-
excited.
So that is gonna be one pair. It'll be me and HuK. It'll be Sham2 and Forecourt Jester,
Mhm.
Zoya and Unctious. Keldor is a potential to solo cast right now, as far as I know, and Gillyweed and Anaprosser.
Yep.
So those will be all your options for streams. They will all be in different channels casting different games. There's going to be a ton of content to watch, consume, all personal streams. So it's not going to be like Blizz Heroes channels. It's going to be, you know,
personal.
the channels will all be announced. There will be a news post of some form where you can read all of this. So yeah, Unctious is casting. Unctious has been involved in Heroes for a long time, actually. So
Yeah. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Pretty excited to cast this weekend. Casted this past weekend for a billion hours, and so did you, Jake, and so did Corey.
God,
So
man, this weekend slayed me.
weekends versus weekends and weekends. My poor roommates are getting tired of my bullcrap of casting all the time.
I
But
would.
I told them it's only gonna get worse.
My roommate hates it when I cast.
I can imagine. Kubi's
Kubi.
kitty.
Yeah, she just hates it.
But yeah, so pretty excited for Road to BlizzCon, and I think that's all I have to say about it.
Wait,
curious to see what the rest
the,
of
the
what?
plays Playz
The plays? What?
isn't. No, never mind. I'm mistaken. That's Daihu and them.
Oh.
I'm reading through all these. I'm trying to find Idra's team, man. It doesn't exist.
I think there's a specific name that they're calling it. They'll sign up in time. I'm sure about that. They have their team set and everything. I just can't find the group now.
Yeah, they're gonna click equip us.
That'd be a good name, but quack like a duck.
I don't think it's if I hear it, I would know, but it's not Act Like a Duck as far as I know, unless someone like put like a filler name until they can edit it.
I don't think you can edit it once you sign up.
Well,
Rip.
I'm
Okay.
not sure.
What's next?
All right, I'm done looking. Kubi is dead. Apologies
Rip
for
Kubi.
that. It looks like
I know that life.
yeah, I don't even know where it went.
Yeah. Such a chillax episode, this episode.
Yeah, it's just kind of
Soya hasn't gone off on any tangents where he hates the entire world and calls everything dumb yet. Though we've still got 45 minutes, so
no, we're not doing the full
Hope
2
is
hours
there.
today. No way. There's not a lot of esports to talk about right now.
Yeah.
We didn't have the normal ESL stuff this weekend. It was the end of the launch week, which was fun. Now there were some things shown, if I'm not mistaken, at the Australia New Zealand event. They confirmed that Heroes will be released like every 3 weeks. They confirmed some other new information about the game just in general, which is cool. But I don't know if anyone's actually compiled all the information from all the regional events, because there's been tricklings like here and there. But it's so odd that they did like the Mayhem or the Nexus is calling, or whatever the heck they called it, and that's like their big premiere event that they promoted, and it was probably the one that had the least amount of content. So
yeah, that
Wait,
was
they had no
yeah,
actual
or no zero content,
games
zero gameplay,
there.
zero gameplay.
Like that was the oh my god, I was so upset. I was
Right.
like, why not play the actual game? And then it was
Yeah.
really awkward. They had the DJ, pretty good DJs playing his set, doing his thing, and then everybody in the crowd just standing. Just
Wait.
fucking standing, man. They
Yeah.
didn't move. Like not even like a slight like bob, nothing, man. They were just standing completely still. I was like, this event, man, come on. Like
Yeah, that was bad. So Liam Sauce in chat just posted, "What about Cal Berkeley almost taking out Maelstrom?"
Yo, that
So
was
whoa, hold on. Let me preface. Maelstrom was very specific to pick the trolliest possible composition that they could get away with. And if you watch the VOD, talents aren't up, but Dunk Train went a full DPS Uther build. He did not
Did
he did not heal once. He only used his Q as aggression. They were playing very trolly. They didn't take it seriously at all, but they did almost lose, and that's when they flipped a switch. But they were very much toying with Berkeley. Berkeley played very well. It takes a good team to be able to outplay.
Were you talking about the same game?
Berkeley versus Cloud9?
Berkeley played well.
Okay.
You guys are so mean. All right.
But
You guys are
Cloud9
such
was
jerks.
toying with them. Cloud9 was definitely toying with them and doing troll builds. If I could,
After the game, they said that they were only trying to kill Fan. That was their one purpose in life, was to kill Fan.
it was very trolly. It was still super fun to watch, but I'll tell you the next game was way more hype. The low expectations versus the challengers.
Oh,
that was a
that
far
was really
better
crazy.
game.
That was what's his name playing Murky, right? Summit 1G? No, not. Who was who was it? Who was first pick?
Team Jesse Cox.
Yeah, team. Well, yeah, but I meant
Jesse
like
Cox,
who was their first
so
first
HuK
pick?
played Abathur, so HuK pretty much won the game.
Yeah, so
Um,
he did ridiculous work.
I forget.
Dude, he plays a lot. So
Yeah, he
he
does.
plays this game a lot.
He does. I didn't actually get to see whether or not what his rank is, but yeah, he played a pretty good, Abathur against the enemy team. He was just everywhere. He died finally at like the 25-minute. Yeah, Savincta, that was
Sinvicta played Murky.
Sinvicta, that's it. Yeah, however you
so
say it.
HuK on Murky.
So
Jesse
Hinky
Cox
is
played...
rank 7 in Hero League.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. He's a cool guy too. Really cool
I
guy.
really like
Shout outs to pretty much everyone at the Mayhem Begins, and a big shout out to Cattle Prod, the guy that made the wow face at Heroes of the North. He goes, wow, love that guy.
Do we lose Jake again?
He's
What?
gone.
I'm just reading chat.
Cool. So yeah, it was a really good event. I slept through half of it.
Kubi, what was your
'cause
favorite
I
part
had
of
to wake up
Mayhem?
so early.
Favorite part of Mayhem? I think just meeting everyone. It was really cool because it's been pretty much, for me at least, since BlizzCon. I know you guys have had other opportunities since then, like Heroes of the Dorm, but met a lot of really cool
Corey.
people. Every day.
Every day.
Every single day.
Every single day.
I forgot about that. It was good times. All right. But yeah, no, it was just really cool meeting everybody and seeing some people again, but a lot of new people.
Any event that has free brew, good time.
They had adult snow cones, and Jared,
Oh my god.
Jared loved
snow
them.
cones.
Those were really good. It got to the point where I wasn't even eating the ice anymore. I was just drinking the drink from the snow cone. It was a fun event, man.
So they had a food truck that was like grilled cheese,
Oh,
and
wow.
it had like Stitch's Belly or something. It was the name of it, but it was a pulled pork mac and cheese grilled cheese sandwich, and it was god tier.
Amazing. It was amazing.
Actually god tier. So yeah, that was cool. All right, boys.
Everybody all
I think
nostalgia.
this is just a slow
It's-
week in terms of stuff to talk about. And we're just going to go ahead. We're going to plug the straw poll once more. I'm going to put that in chat. I'm going to do it right this time. We're going to say, nerds, get in here. There's a straw poll. Vote for Heroes of the Storm. I'm going to show it
Or
on the stream.
StarCraft. Or StarCraft.
no,
you know,
that game-
whatever you want,
That is
man.
not at all what I want to see.
You can vote for multiple things, guys. You can vote for whatever you want. You can vote for all of them if you really
You
want
can't.
to.
It's one vote for IP. Oh, I didn't even get a vote.
Guys,
You can
I
pick
just
one
wanna-
or more.
I
I
wanna
mean,
point
you can
out
pick
that
more than one game.
We've gone up like 300 since the show started, and I credit all of you in chat, so good stuff.
Yo,
keep
Street
it up.
Fighter's beating FIFA. That's all that matters.
FIFA.
Yeah, I mean, Robin, you're probably right. I'm a little overworked right now, but it's okay. And the other thing we wanted to look at is how to play. Wait, Jared,
Huh?
you need to manage your team better. Dreadnought posted how to play Dragonshire. That's the name. How to play your Dragonshire is how you should put it, because it's how to train your dragon. You gotta get those
Jake's
word
gone.
plays
We
on,
just
man.
lost him.
All right,
That's
we
it.
lost Jake. We lost Jake, boys. We lost Jake.
Uh,
He's dead. Ripperoonie.
Do we have any
doonies.
comments here that we can?
I'm checking Reddit questions. I don't think I see anything. Not that at least we didn't already talk about.
I can't wait to be home, boys.
Yeah, we can tell.
It's It's exhausting, this hotel life.
Which hero are you best at, and why is it not Kael'thas? That's a trick question. Everybody's best at Kael'thas because Kael'thas is
It's true.
OP.
Did we talk specifically about your plans for competitive heroes, HuK, in terms of what you want to do with it, not necessarily your team or anything to that extent?
I have no plans to play competitively,
No
to be
passion.
honest. I was gonna play like in this BlizzCon qualifier before I knew I was gonna cast it with Jake, but that was more like on the fly, like okay, I'll play kind of thing. And then the summit thing, once again, same thing. Like if I was all of a sudden really good at the game and I got like a really good offer and the game took off, sure, maybe at some point. But as of right now, I have no plans to play competitively.
So I'm really glad I didn't ask before. I was going to ask why weren't you playing in this tournament? But yeah, you're casting with me.
Yeah.
Man, I guess I am tired, boys.
On top of it.
Please. I mean, maybe I could play and cast at the same time and just like talk shit about how good my play is, and you could be like, "Wow, that was good, man." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks."
But then if you have to play Lost Vikings, you're not going to talk at all.
Yeah, problems
So
to
you can't
overcome,
just
man.
can't
I'll
pick
work
'em.
on it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like when I used to try to play StarCraft and stream at the same time. I would just end up not saying anything, and at the end, I would just be like, "Okay, so that game went really well," and people were like, "You didn't say anything the whole entire time." I was like, "Oh, right." Being an
Yeah.
entertaining streamer,
It can
it's not my life.
Well, the other thing is register for the Road to BlizzCon North America Open. The page is here, esl.gg/BlizzHeroesNA. Registration is 100% free, but you must do it before the night of June 10th. I believe it's 5 p.m. PDT.
Jake sounds like one of those GPS directions where like they have to take a pause between each phrase that it's
I
practiced.
just have to
Between
think
June
before
10th,
I turn.
please register for ESL Heroes.
Damn.
Sorry, had to point that out. Anyway,
No, it's pretty accurate.
shout outs, boys.
I think so.
Well, that would be you first, Kevin.
All right,
I'll
fine.
step in and do Jake's job for a moment.
Yeah, shout outs. Yay, let's go.
So proud of you, Jake. So proud.
I'm so ready to go eat food. What should I eat?
So actually, I can announce this now. It's official. Titan Arena 4 is going to be the weekend of the 27th and the 28th of June. So we're going to have myself and Forecourt Jess are going to be casting that. It's going to be on my channel on MLG and also just mlg.tv/Titan Arena. So it's going to be pretty hype. I'm going to be putting up the challenge bracket, or actually, I'm not sure what way we're actually doing brackets this time, but we're going to be doing. I'm going to be putting up the tournament thing by the end of this weekend, so you guys sign up.
Prize?
Thing.
Prizes?
It's going to be the same, 2,500.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy, but we're hoping to. I'm hoping to work that up a little bit more. I want to start talking to some sponsors, and other than that, it was really fun casting Enter the Storm this weekend. Had some issues with my mic, which sucked. So sorry for the lower quality on that. But you can catch all those VODs over on YouTube, Caldor's YouTube. And then, of course, plugging my own self, which is youtube.com/sham2. Check out Free Week. I have to put one up for this week. It's going to be Sylvanas. So check that out. It's going to be pretty cool. And I think that's about it for me. Yeah. Zoya.
Okay, I guess.
Hey, Zoya, why don't you
Thanks.
go next?
Thanks for throwing it to me, Kevin. Shout out to Temple Storm and all of our sponsors, Funk, G2A, Namecheap, and Twitch. They make all of this happen and put us in this wonderful house. I will be recording a vlog tonight about WCA and all the things that have happened in the last month for Tempo Storm. So keep an eye on that. You can go to Tempo Storm or youtube.com/Tempo Storm Heroes. I've got the team almost locked, not a schedule, but to the point that we have at least 3 of our members streaming a day. Every single day. So, everyone kept complaining that, the guys aren't on a schedule and stuff. It's not 100% like a hourly schedule, but there are Tempo Storm members streaming every day. So keep an eye out for that. Head over to TempoStorm.com. We just released our guide section as well, and a talent calculator. So you guys can go play if that is the best Heroes of Storm website in the world.
Oh,
Hands down.
and before we get to Kubi,
What? I'm
oh,
not
you
even
you're
done.
Oh, okay.
Shut up. Shut up. How dare you? I am casting this weekend for the Road to BlizzCon, as well as they haven't been announced yet, but there are other really awesome casting gigs that I have lined up. So keep an eye on that. You can follow me on Twitter to hopefully see those announced sometime in the next millennium. Okay, Jake, you can
Okay,
rudely
before we get to
take over now.
Kofi, I want chat to vote on what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight, and I'll
Oh
make a
my
decision.
Oh,
God,
wow.
what
by
is
the time.
happening?
Please don't do that. Chat, do not feed this man.
Kubi, well, I need to eat. Kubi, take it away.
Oh my goodness. All right, starting tomorrow. Of course, we talked a little bit about the ESL playoffs, so should be getting real excited about that. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Twitch.tv/ESL_heroes, and I think we're going to be starting off with the Cloud9 team kill. I always call it team kill. Cloud9 Maelstrom versus Cloud9 Vortex, and then I think after that is Temple Storm versus 2 Arc, and then we'll be playing winners final, or probably losers first, and then winners finals Thursday. Then we're gonna finish the bracket out Friday. All of these, of course, are at 8 p.m. And then, of course, everyone should be signing up and entering into the Road to BlizzCon this weekend. And of course, I'll be checking it out with you guys. So I think that's it. Till next week. Yep.
Huxicle, what should I eat for dinner?
What are the options? I mean, Cali, SoCal, I'm gonna say In-N-Out like 9 out of 10 times. So
Damn.
6.5 out of 10.
I'm about that In-N-Out, man.
Oh, I have one more. I completed the biceps challenge with biceps. He officially defeated me in arm wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't-
Wow.
That's why.
So
he did back down from the measurement challenge, though. I will say that. So
yeah, because he already beat you.
no, that was before.
But he already beat you. He won. That's it. Game over.
It wasn't even close.
Next time
Wasn't even
You
close.
didn't even see it. You literally did not even see it.
I watched it.
No, you did not.
Sitting right next to you at the
You were
table.
behind me. You couldn't even see it.
I watched you lose.
That's what happened. No, it's fine. Just hey, you know what? I'll admit to it. It happened.
All right, Huxicle. Your shout outs. Oh, biceps is in the chat. Yeah. Love it.
I don't know. Just shout out to you guys for having me on the show, I guess. I don't want to do my own plugs. It's okay.
No, you will plug.
Okay. And check out my stream. I stream StarCraft 2, that game that's beating this game in that straw poll. And then on top of that, I do play Heroes as well. So I didn't stream today, but this past week I probably streamed like 5 out of 6 days or something. So I've had a lot of fun with it, and I try to interact with chat as long as I'm not playing Lost Vikings, of course. That's it.
That is this. Well,
Jake, do your own shoutouts.
all right,
This
guys.
is gonna be great.
Well,
This is gonna be the next 30 minutes because of how slow he's talking now.
I'm gonna eat some food eventually. But guys, thanks so much for just being people, celebrating Heroes of the Storm, being part of the launch, watching all the stuff we do, and watching Town Hall. Makes me very sad that I can't stream as much right now, but I promise you all the things I'm working on are very exciting. Many big announcements coming down the pipeline. And you can watch me cast with Kubi on Wednesday night on twitch.tv/ESLHeroes and Thursday night at twitch.tv/ESLHeroes. It will be Forecourt Jester and Kubi on Thursday night. When we get to Saturday, I will be casting with HuK for his first ever Heroes of the Storm cast. It's going to be an exciting experience. He just did his first StarCraft cast, and I am going to, what's the word? Funnel my knowledge into his brain about that game the best I can. He knows a lot. He knows plenty, but
Just kill it, man. Just kill it. Let's go.
Happening.
yeah, awkward pauses. And I think that's going to do it for Town Hall episode number 67. It says on the screen. Excellent. But since I don't want to go get food yet, I've got some extra time. I'm going to play video games. So if you want to hang out, watch me be bad at video games, we can do that for a little bit. And HuK, thanks so much for coming on, man. And guys,
Yes.
I miss Kubi's kitty.
Okay.
Jake's in full ramble mode. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week.
Later, everybody.
And yeah, I'm not killing the stream, so I'm just gonna cut it here.